everyone, and welcome to our Sattui November Wine of the Month cooking demo. Today we're going to be pairing our 2020 Merica red wine blend with a really delicious mushroom and chèvre bread pudding. Our Merica blend is actually kind of an homage to the immigrant history of the winery, a little celebration of all the different types of people that came through and really ended up creating the winery and the wine valley in the Napa Valley. And as you know, Sattui history started with Italian immigrants, Dario Sattui's great-grandfather. Really nice pre-prohibition style red wine blend. Lots of ripe black fruit in there, plums, black currants. I feel like a wine that's gonna go really great with the creaminess of the chèvre in this dish, and probably really good with anything that's gonna be on your Thanksgiving table. Our Merica 2020 blend comes with 4 different labels to choose from. And the best part is, if you buy a case, then you end up with all 4 labels. The first thing we're gonna do is we are going to slice our green onions. I've already washed these pretty thoroughly. I'm gonna cut off the ends there. And we're going to thinly slice these. And these are gonna be starting to make the base for our bread pudding. We're gonna use both the greens and the whites. And it's gonna add a nice flavor to the cream that will be infused for the bread pudding. Okay, now we've got all our green onions sliced nice and thin. I'm gonna go ahead and slide it into the pan. We've got 3 tablespoons of butter here. Stir that around a bit until we get a little bit of color, a little caramelization. Okay, so while that's cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and show you the baguette and what we did here. I just cut it into about 2-inch slices, and then I tore it with my hands. You're welcome to cut it with a knife into cubes as well. So that's been sitting out now most of the day. You want to really let it be as dry as possible. We're going to start cutting some mushrooms and adding those in now. So we have creminis and we have portobellos. So the creminis, we're going to leave whole, leave the stem on them, and we're just going to cut them into thick slices here. I like the earthy flavor of the portobello and the cremini. So it kind of gives this vegetarian dish a little bit of a hearty, meaty flavor. I'm gonna just put these in the pan with this, get that going. Something new from the traditional Thanksgiving fare. Got another round of mushrooms going in. All right. Put in the last of our creminis, and I'm going to give this a stir. Scoop some of our green onion off the bottom. And then we've got our portobellos. I've already scooped the gills, which are the dark black part here, out with a spoon. And now I'm actually going to dice this into little squares and add this into the pan as well. We're going to cook these down until all of the excess water is released from the mushrooms and cooked out. So you should see no liquid in the bottom of the pan. I'm going to add a little salt into this right now. That'll help push out some of that excess moisture as well. Our mushrooms are ready. What we're going to do is we turned off the heat for a moment because we're going to add in our garlic, minced garlic. I don't want to burn the garlic, which is why I did not add it earlier. We're gonna go ahead and add in our cream. We're gonna bring this up to a simmer. We just want it to simmer And we're gonna get all the good bits off the bottom of the pan. And then in the meantime, we're gonna let that simmer. It's gonna take a few moments. I've gone ahead and sprayed and greased my cooking pan here. I'm using a 9x13 pan. You could use a glass baking dish. Also awesome in a Dutch oven, which is something you can then just turn around and serve with. I'm gonna go ahead and pour the bread into the pan so it's ready to get mixed. And I can see we got a little bit of simmer going on our cream, and that is what we wanted. Now I'm gonna turn that cream off. And then we're just gonna pour the cream into this bowl, mostly to cool it down. We wanna make sure it's room temp or below when we mix our egg into this. So we don't want to cook the egg right now. Quick tip on speeding up the process, pop it in the fridge 10 minutes and then you pull it back out and add in the eggs. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. So this just came out of the refrigerator and it is now cool enough for us to mix the egg in without cooking the eggs. So we're just gonna crack all 3 eggs right into the cream. These are gonna be our binder. Make sure you mix them up really good. Break up the yolks on all 3 of those. I'm gonna go ahead and mix in our thyme and rosemary. Give that a little mix. We're gonna take half of the Parmesan cheese. Go ahead and pour it in right now. And I'm gonna pour that over the top of our bread. Use our spatula to fold this together. Now that that's folded together, everything is coated in our egg and cream. I'm gonna take our goat cheese, Chèvre here, and I'm going to add it in 2 halves. And again, just folding it together. Now for the finish, I'll go ahead and pour over the Parmesan cheese right over the top in a nice healthy layer there. Okay, and this is now ready for the oven. Going in, I'm gonna set my timer. All right, so this is ready to come out. And it looks awesome. A nice crispy golden brown on top. Cheese is melted. I went ahead and just put a little parsley oil on just for color, just make it look a little nicer on presentation. So I'm gonna go ahead and scoop up some of this and put it right onto our dish. Oh yeah. So this would be a great maybe substitute or addition to the stuffing on your Thanksgiving table. Very nice. So we're getting that meaty, the earthy from the mushrooms. It's going really well with the black pepper and finish on the wine and the smokiness of the wine. And that chèvre that we used is a perfect cheese for this bread pudding. It's not overpowering. It blends really well with the mushrooms and the herbs. And the wine cuts through that really nicely with those big black fruit notes that are in that wine. Thanks for joining me in the kitchen today. And until next time, cheers. And from the VC2E family to yours, a happy Thanksgiving.